Good afternoon, everyone. Countable hours, single digit hours, maybe, less than 24, closer to now than to tomorrow, imminent enough that saying hours is accurate, not exaggeration. Time you can actually feel passing, time that creates tension in waiting, time that makes this message feel urgent rather than distant. And hours means already in motion. Whatever this biggest news is, whatever they're about to say, it's already decided, already formulated, already prepared, already scheduled to be delivered within time frame that's measurable and close. They've made decision, they've chosen words, they've planned delivery. What remains is just clock running down, just hours passing until announcement becomes actual. You're in final stretch. In that space between knowing something's coming and experiencing it arriving, in anticipation zone where imagination runs wild because details aren't clear but proximity is certain. And that space, that knowing something's approaching without knowing exactly what creates specific energy, creates heightened awareness, creates scanning for signs, creates difficulty focusing on anything else because attention keeps returning to what's coming, creates temptation to try to figure it out prematurely, to guess, to analyze every interaction for clues, to ask directly, even though asking might ruin surprise or push them to reveal before ready. Here's what biggest news signals about magnitude. Biggest means this isn't casual announcement, isn't, oh, by the way, here's minor update. Biggest means significant, means impactful, means life affecting, means the kind of news that creates before and after, that reorganizes priorities or circumstances or understanding. Biggest means you'll remember this. We'll mark time by it, before they told me versus after I knew, before this news versus after this reality. And biggest is relative. Biggest to them might differ from biggest to you. What they consider monumental might land differently for you. But regardless, in their assessment, what they're about to say is major enough to be called biggest. That assessment, their sense that this deserves that label, tells you they're treating this seriously, tells you they've been carrying weight of this, tells you delivering it matters enough that they're planning how and when. Could be biggest romantic news. I'm in love with you. I want to marry you. I'm choosing you over I've been waiting to tell you. We're having. Romantic biggest creates specific anticipation, creates hope mixed with fear, creates excitement mixed with vulnerability, creates wondering if you're reading signs correctly or if you're projecting hopes onto neutral situation. And romantic biggest requires response, requires you deciding, requires you engaging with their feelings and determining your feelings, requires action, not just passive receiving. Could be biggest life news, major change in their life that affects your connection. I'm moving. I got the job. I'm leaving. I decided to. Something significant in their trajectory that has implications for you. Life biggest creates different energy. Might be happy for them. Might be concerned about implications. Might be excited about possibilities or anxious about disruptions. And life biggest might require adjustment, might change dynamics between you, might create distance or proximity or shift in how relationship functions. Could be biggest truth revelation, something they've been hiding, something they've been protecting you from knowing, something they need you to understand about them or about situation or about past or about present. Truth biggest creates nervous energy, creates wondering if truth will be painful, if truth will change how you see them, if truth will damage what exists between you. But truth biggest also creates possibility for deeper connection, for operating from complete information, for honesty that strengthens rather than secrets that weaken. Could be biggest opportunity news, something opening for you, something they've arranged or discovered or want to offer, something that could change your trajectory if you accept. Opportunity biggest creates excitement mixed with caution, creates, is this real? Creates assessment of whether opportunity is genuine or comes with strings. Creates decision about whether accepting serves you or complicates unnecessarily. What you won't believe reveals about nature. Won't believe suggests unexpected, suggests news doesn't match what you've been assuming or predicting, suggests surprise element, suggests they're aware that what they're saying will create disbelief initially. And disbelief happens when reality contradicts expectation, when what's happening doesn't align with what seemed likely, when person you thought you understood reveals dimension you didn't know existed. Won't believe could mean positive shock. I can't believe this is happening. I can't believe they feel this way. I can't believe this opportunity exists. Disbelief from joy, from dreams materializing, from wanting being met. That positive disbelief feels overwhelming, feels too good, feels like you need to verify repeatedly that yes, this is real, not fantasy. Or won't believe could mean challenging shock. I can't believe they did that. I can't believe this is the situation. I can't believe this is what they're telling me. Disbelief from difficulty, from complication emerging, from reality being harder than hoped. That challenging disbelief creates resistance, creates wanting to deny, creates needing time to process before you can even respond. Either way, won't believe signals preparation for your shock, signals they know this land's big, signals they're anticipating your disbelief as initial reaction before acceptance sets in. Why what they're about to say focuses on communication. They're about to say means their initiative, their choice, their timing, their words. This is them acting, them deciding, them taking step to communicate something they've been carrying. Your recipient, your listener, your person being told, not person who asked. That dynamic matters. That tells you they've been holding this, that they've reached point where holding costs more than revealing. About to say means verbal communication, means actual conversation, means face to face, maybe, or at minimum voice to voice or direct text, not learning through others, not discovering through circumstances, direct communication from them to you. That directness is respect, is them honoring you with firsthand information, is them being brave enough to say it themselves, not delegate or avoid or let you find out indirectly. This reflection invites you to consider what's your goot sense about what this biggest news might be. Does romantic possibility feel most likely? Life change, truth revelation, opportunity, something else entirely? Your gut often knows before conscious mind admits. Your intuition picks up signals. Your logic hasn't organized yet. Trust that sensing even if you can't prove it. This reflection invites you to consider what would make you happy versus what would make you anxious about biggest news. Certain topics would create joy, certain revelations would create concern. Understanding your hopes and fears prepares you emotionally for range of possibilities. Preparation doesn't prevent shock, but does create framework for processing whatever arrives. What you should do in these final hours before news arrives. Don't obsessively try to figure it out. Don't analyze every past interaction. Don't text asking what's the news. Don't pressure them to reveal early. Don't make yourself crazy with speculation. They said hours. Trust that timeline. Let them deliver in their timing. Premature pushing might make them withdraw or deliver badly because pressured. Speculation creates anxiety without providing answers, creates stories that might be completely wrong, creates emotional reactions to scenarios that might not exist. Better to wait with open mind than spin with anxious imagination. Do prepare emotionally for range of possibilities. Prepare for joyful surprise, for challenging surprise, for news that's mixed, for news that requires decision, for news that just informs without requiring response. Emotional preparation means acknowledging this could be wonderful, could be difficult, could be complicated. I don't know. I'll handle whatever it is. That acknowledgement creates flexibility, creates ability to respond authentically instead of rigidly reacting because you expected specific thing. Clear schedule if possible. Don't plan important commitment right after you expect news. Don't schedule meeting or event that requires full attention when you might be processing major information. Give yourself space, space to receive, space to feel, space to think, space to respond thoughtfully, not while distracted by other demands. If news is major, if it's truly biggest, you'll need that space. Don't deny yourself processing time. And remind yourself that their news doesn't obligate your specific response. If it's romantic declaration, you can feel however you feel. If it's opportunity, you can decline or accept. If it's truth, you can take time to process before deciding what it means. Their courage in sharing doesn't create debt you owe. Their vulnerability doesn't require you reciprocating specific feeling. Their news is theirs. Your response is yours. Appreciation for honesty doesn't equal obligation to agree or accept or reciprocate. What to do when news actually arrives. Listen fully before responding. Let them say complete thing. Don't interrupt with questions. Don't cut them off with assumptions. Don't react before you've heard entirety. Complete listening shows respect, shows you're taking it seriously, shows you value what they're sharing enough to receive it fully. And complete listening provides complete information, prevents responding to part when whole might change meaning. Feel whatever you feel without censoring. If you're happy, be happy. If you're shocked, show shock. If you're concerned, express concern. If you're confused, say so. If you need time, ask for it. Authentic emotional response is valid. Don't perform reaction you think they want. Don't hide real feelings to protect them. Don't pretend certainty when you're uncertain. Honesty serves both. Even when honesty is, I don't know how I feel yet. Ask questions if you need clarity. What does this mean for? How long have you felt? What are you hoping? What happens next? Questions aren't attack, aren't doubting their sincerity, aren't just gathering information you need to. Respond wisely and take time if you need it before responding fully. I hear you. I need time to process this before I can respond completely. Can I get back to you? Time frame. Time request is mature. Shows you're taking it seriously enough to think carefully. Shows you respect them enough to give considered response, not just reactive one. Most biggest news deserves more than immediate reaction, deserves thoughtful response. Don't let disbelief prevent you from receiving good if news is good. Don't let this is too good to be true make you reject actual good thing. Don't protect yourself from joy through cynicism. If news is genuinely good, if it's answer to hopes, if it's opportunity that serves you, if it's love you've wanted, let yourself receive it. Let yourself be happy. Let yourself say yes if yes is honest. Protecting yourself from disappointment by rejecting good prevents you from ever having good. And don't let shock prevent you from setting boundaries if news is challenging. Don't let surprise make you agree to things you don't want. Don't let their courage make you sacrifice your needs. If news is difficult, if it creates complications, if it requires you doing things you're not ready for, if it violates boundaries, you can acknowledge their honesty while maintaining your limits. Thank you for telling me. This is a lot. I need to think about what this means for me. The power is yours. It always has been. In hours, the biggest news is coming. You won't believe what they're about to say. And when revelation arrives, whether romantic declaration, life change, truth disclosure, or opportunity, your job is listening fully, feeling authentically, asking questions for clarity, taking time if needed, receiving good if news is good, and maintaining boundaries if news is challenging, recognizing that their courage in sharing doesn't obligate your specific response. Take what resonates, softly release the rest. Trust yourself. And listen, hours creates pressure, creates anticipation that's almost unbearable, creates temptation to try to control waiting through figuring it out early. But some things are meant to be experienced in their moment, are meant to arrive when they arrive, not when anxiety demands early knowing. Trust the hours. Trust the process. Trust that when news comes, you'll be able to handle it, whether it's wonderful or challenging or complicated. You've handled everything that's come before. You've survived uncertainties. You've processed difficult information. You've received joyful surprises. This news, whatever it is, you'll handle this too. So breathe through these final hours. Stay present with what's actually happening now. Don't live in future that hasn't arrived yet. News is coming. You'll know soon. Until then, live now. And when hours pass and news arrives, receive it with open heart and clear boundaries. Then respond honestly. Take care.